The everything crash is coming. Since 1987, world has been in an everything bubble. If you're saving money, you're getting hammered. You're investing for the long term in the stock market, you're going to get killed. And if you're looking for job security, artificial intelligence will make sure you work at Chipotle, wherever. even if you have a master's degree. So, prices of gold, silver, Bitcoin will crash too. US dollar to rise, be patient. Massive money printing ahead, destroying the dollar. Time to buy more gold, silver, and Bitcoin.
Robert Kiyosaki speaks on the perils that the continuous money printing by governments around the world will have on various assets such as real estate, silver, stocks, gold, and Bitcoin. Governments only have one solution to every economic problem, and this is print more money. This has created a debt bubble, and in this video, Kiyosaki explains why he believes there will be a crash in all types of asset classes in 2021. Stick around to the end of the video where I make the case against this viewpoint, in that Bitcoin will be one of the only true asset classes that will actually benefit from this. Also, I will go over 3 recent pieces of data and analytics that have come out in the last 48 hours, 2 that are bullish for the Bitcoin price, and 1 that is a potential sell signal. Also, only a tiny percentage of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you enjoy the video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the video.
So I'm asked this question, okay, everything went up, everything's inflated. So I made my fortune because I just rode the ship going up, as it was a great time to get rich, but this is 2020, it's different now. So everything is now going to start coming down. Now, when I was in school, in high school, nobody touched stocks. The only thing people bought were bonds. Only people that bought stocks were gamblers. Nobody bought real estate. They bought a house. But there was not much real estate investing in commercial, at least. So I went in, since I played Monopoly as a young boy, I went into investing in real estate. The reason I like real estate is because I can use debt. Debt is tax-free money. I know everybody says get out of debt, but you have to know what you're doing. I don't recommend it, but I borrow as much as I like because it's tax-free. Let's say I borrow $1 million. It's a tax-free $1 million. If I had to work for $1 million, it cost me $2 million because I had to pay the taxes on it. So debt is tax-free money, and with that, I buy real estate. But everything has gone up, and today I'm a little spooked because the last deal that Ken McElroy and I worked on, it was a $30 million property. And because people are so desperate for anything, so the bidding started, it went to 32 million, and we stayed in at 32 million. Then it hit 34 million, and at that point we got out. It didn't make sense at 34 million, and the property ultimately sold for 36 million. That's a bubble. It doesn't make sense. So unless you have an infinite money machine, like a lot of people do, you can stay in there. But we don't. We have to pay that money back. So anyway, just be patient. Prices of gold, silver, and Bitcoin will crash too. The reason is when markets crash, whether it's stocks, real estate, we call it bonds, people need cash. And so when the markets crash, they have to go to cash, and they'll sell whatever is most liquid. That's the key word. So what gold, silver, and Bitcoin are is liquid, so they'll sell that off too. Now that's bad news if you're holding it long, but it's good news if you're buying more of it. So every crash, it'll come down. And if you're long, if you actually are confident that the government's going to keep screwing up, the government's going to keep printing more and more money, which they will when the pensions go broke, just keep, every time it drops, buy more gold, silver, and Bitcoin. And for most people, silver is the most affordable today. It's also the most volatile. If you can afford $20,000 Bitcoin, buy it. You can afford $2,000 gold, buy it. And if you can't, buy silver. Anyway, massive money printing ahead because the U.S. government is in serious financial trouble. Like the debt to, there's two guys, a man and a woman, called Rogoff and Reinhardt. They said when the debt to GDP ratio hits 90%, it's aloha. You've gone too far. That'd be like you making, $10,000 a month, but $9,000 is being paid to debt. What that means is the U.S. government has to print more fake money. So since I know the long trend is they're going to print more money, I'll buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin all day long because our U.S. government is screwed up. So the time to buy more gold, silver, and Bitcoin is coming. But the reason I like gold, silver, and Bitcoin, it's outside the system. It's out of reach of the U.S. government and the U.S. Treasury and things like this. So I love this stuff. I just simply do not trust my government.
So there, Kiyosaki explains that in the event of a market crash, investors will flee to cash, selling off any liquid assets they have. As gold, silver, and especially Bitcoin are liquid, the prices of these too will collapse. As he states, if you are long on these assets, it would be a huge buying opportunity. Now, in this clip, Kiyosaki speaks on the effect money printing and stimulus responses will have on real estate, millennials, and what the only solution is for investors.
So there's all kinds of things going on in real estate today, but it'll eventually crash simply because the government is making it so expensive to build a house. I'm going, this is so screwed up. But that's what happens when the government steps in and they kick capitalists out and then the socialists kick in. But anyway, that's why savers are losers today. So we have the Fed just announced they're going to keep interest rates low for about 5 more years. Well, that means my generation, we're screwed because Wells Fargo's not going to pay dividends anymore. For pensions to operate, they need about a 7% return. And because they suppress the interest rates, just like they suppressed COVID, what a fake that was, but they suppress interest rates and they suppress COVID, it kills everybody. It's killing everybody. So for the young at heart and all this, the way out of this is to be an entrepreneur. You see, I don't need the stock market to make money. And I really don't need the real estate market to make money because I already bought my property long ago. So I just cash coming in. But the real advantageous thing here is this little cell phone. We can take ideas like books and games and things like this and create our own. And this ships it out to the world. So all I'm saying here is what your mommy and daddy told you is go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, get out of debt, and buy a house, invest in the stock market for the future. It's going to wipe them out. It's old ideas. You need new ideas. So anyway.
So becoming an entrepreneur and finding alternative ways to create wealth is the solution. Although I strongly agree with Kiyosaki on his fundamental investment ideas, I do disagree with him on 2 points. I believe there is a second way out. If only there was a decentralized asset class that we did not have to rely on the government to control or facilitate. Also, I disagree that we will see in the event of an equity crash, the king of all cryptos crashed as well. I believe that in that event, we would see a stampede into safe haven and especially decentralized assets, and there is no better than that of Bitcoin. Now, some data and analytics for you guys on the Bitcoin price. First of all, as I want to give a balanced view, some bearish news is that the Fear and Greed Index is currently sitting at a 94 in extreme greed. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index is at times a good indicator of when the market is too hot and when it is a good time to sell. Extreme fear can be a potential buy signal, with extreme greed being a potential sell signal. On a better note, we have some data out from Glassnode showing a breakdown of the Bitcoin supply between wallets, and we can see a surprisingly even split amongst holders. The entire supply isn't being held by a small percentage of people such as fiat money, truly decentralized. Finally, we have some trading data out from CME with a record day in trading volume, crossing the $5 billion mark for the first time. With CME futures, investors can speculate on the future price of Bitcoin, and increased trading volume, as we can see here, can be a sign of increasing institutional interest and investment. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you took something valuable away from it. As always guys, have a great day.